we're just going to continue to trust the process to build and continue to stay focused. Last year was a tie, and we really are regretful for that tie. But it is what it is. Kudos to Lehman, and they stepped up and they gave us a good battle. But I think moving forward, we're going to take that experience from last year and use it as motivation for this year, and there will be no ties. Well, once again, we're bringing a very strong distance team from our cross-country program into the indoor season, and we're going to just continue to build off of that momentum. Once you win one championship, it fuels the fire for another and then another. And if we're going to win our 10th straight on the men's side, which is a very special number for us, and we are gearing towards that number, we're going to have to just keep the ball rolling, continue to use each and every little piece of competition, and use that to continue to motivate each other and be there for each other, support each other. And we know what's at stake. We know what the goals, what our goals are, and we just want to continue to strive towards them. When you think about depth, we really are deep this year. In years past, particularly during my tenure, we've won championships off the strength of primarily our distance program and our jumping program. We've had really great sprinters, but we've just been a little bit thin in that regard. Now we've really added some depth with some of our incoming freshmen, outstanding freshmen that are going to come in and contribute right away. There's not going to be much of a building process necessary for them to be able to contribute to the program and score points. And so this is probably outside of the throws, and we do have some good athletes there in Malik Ford. But this is probably the most complete team we're bringing into an indoor championship, and we're very excited to see what we can do.
Well, coming from as a freshman into the program last year and playing a very crucial role, I would say, towards the victory, having to do all the jumps as well as hurdles and be a potential sub for the 4x4, I felt like I had a lot on my shoulders to come and perform as best as I could. Coming back this year, especially off the injury I had in the spring season, I feel like I just want to come back stronger, help continue that legacy on, and just do my best this season. Going off like the cross country, all I know is they did their best, so all I want to do is do my best, just continue on the steps, following their steps that they gave us. I can't really say much to what rigors go into cross country. I'm not really a distance runner, but all I know is they tried their hardest, so I just gotta do my job like they did theirs. Well, I would say it starts off hard, having to come into practice, just get straight into shape. But once you get into the swing of things, I don't think it's actually that bad. It's just mostly muscle memory from the previous season that I competed in. So I don't think it's too bad. Just a matter of getting back into shape, and then everything's good to go. Well, I would just like to win against Lehman, I would say just do our best in every event we can. I'll do my job in the jumps and possibly hurdles too, just get whatever placement I can to get some points. And then the rest of the team just has to do their job. Then sprints, throws, jumps, just wherever. And we should be able to get it, because I really don't think the tie was warranted. I think we could definitely take that from them.
Running cross country, that really boosted my confidence and in terms of myself and the team, just because I did so well during cross country, and then it was something that I didn't expect to run that fast and to contribute that much. And want to take that part from cross country, knowing the strength I gained from cross country, into the indoor season and try to run my fastest and be at my strongest. Still focus on the small things like making sure I'm stretching, recovering properly, and just focus on having a good, healthy season and see what I could do. The transition was fairly simple for me, just because my goal, I always knew my goal from cross country was always indoor and outdoor. I just wanted to go through cross country to help me for this season. After cross country, I still take what I learned from cross country and still continue to do my longer runs, my tempo runs, and keeping that base that I got from cross, as well as going towards the weight room more and getting my fast switch back and being more explosive and getting ready for indoor and outdoor. Also focus on just taking things simple as well. Don't try to do everything straight at once, and just easily transition into it, so in order for me not to get injured. So a lot of us did really well individually for cross country, and I expect the same thing for indoor. And it taught me to like have trust in my teammate, not try to do everything myself, and try to build them up. Like throughout the season, we're always like boosting each other, telling each other. It's like one of my captain for cross country, his mentality was the next man up mentality, where each of us has to step up at different times and trust in each other. And want to continue with that same mentality towards indoor and outdoor, not being captain of the sprints and trusting the new incoming freshmen. Like try to talk into them, giving them a couple different tips, and making sure this program is building and is going to last not only while I'm here but after I'm gone as well. It doesn't really affect me, just because I always believed I had such a high range where I could be really impactful from doing an 8K and a 5 mile all the way down to doing a 200, where I could possibly score in that if I wanted to as well. So it's just talent that I have, I guess. It showed one of the strengths of our program, where we're really flexible, and there's just so much that we're able to put into the program towards different events. As you see on our women's side with Lucy and Avery, where they're able to score multiple different points, just because they're so flexible. It's the same way on our men's side. Even though we have our event that we would really hone in, like for me it's the 800, where I could still score from all the way from 200, 400, 800 up to the mile if I wanted to, and if it's needed for me to. So it just shows how flexible we are to really put our team and our players where they need to be. Yes, definitely, just because with our team, that's really our strength, where we have our strong distance program. Even though our sprint program has been thin in the past year, it's slowly building back up, and we're seeing a lot of promising new faces that's going to lead this program, and it's really a really great thing to see.